Statistics looking like this. Barcelona outshooting Sevilla by a 2-1 margin, had 60-40 of the ball. Expected goals, I know you love that statistic, gentlemen. Actually had Sevilla with more expected goals than Barcelona. Just meant there are a few chances that came their way. Barcelona 10 points in front for now against over Atletico Madrid. Of course, plays Sunday against Villarreal. Real Madrid also in action against Levante on the road. So how do we begin to sum this one up? Because Barcelona hadn't been great in recent weeks, Ali, leading up to this, had they? In fact, they'd only scored twice in their last 4 games in all competitions.
And they were not great today either.
Really?
Defensively, let's start there, because we'll get to Messi. And that sort of takes care of itself. But defensively, Umtiti comes back onto the field, and it's his first competitive game since November, and it showed. He was struggling to keep up with the pace of the game. It's a player that is not quite there yet, and you expect it to happen, given that, again, it's his first game since November. But what is the excuse for some of the other guys? And Gerard Piqué at times making mistakes, out of the midfield mistakes as well. Too much of a team that gets stretched and gets caught up in transition, and then you see Jesus now getting behind and scoring a goal. There's so many things about this team defensively that are concerning that you tend to forget about the fact that you have Messi and Suarez and Coutinho and Dembele, but you can't forget Messi when he does what he did today. And it's a story that we've been talking about, that it's either Messi or it's nobody else for Barcelona. And today was as good as a little illustration as you can find from that, as good as an example as you can find from that. There are times in which you scored a hat-trick and the game was 5-0 and it's fine. It feels as if you're just adding on to the fact that the team played well. Well, not today. They needed every bit of those goals and every bit of the performance that Lionel Messi put together. He continues to be outstanding.
Yes, he does. The wee man, as you like to call him, Stevie.
I mean, to be honest, the surprising thing here is not that they lost 2 goals and went behind. You know, this is a team over the last couple of seasons that have had to defend more. You know, when they had, we always tend to still hold Barcelona to the Pep days, when they had 70% pretty much every single game. It's not like that anymore. They don't have, you know, everybody talks about Iniesta and Xavi, how great they were as football players. But I'll tell you what, the work they put in, the position they held when Barcelona didn't have the ball meant that they got the ball back quickly. They don't do that, this Barcelona, which means they have to defend more. Now, Barcelona recently have had problems hitting the back of the net. So, to me, it was only a matter of time before this happened. And no surprises, Messi.
But does it matter that they are seemingly even more dependent than ever on Lionel Messi?
It is very clear. It is very clear that it's Messi or, again, it's either Messi scoring goals or assisting on the goal, or they're just not going to come. Because part of the reason you bring a guy like Coutinho in is to attract attention away from Lionel Messi, so that Coutinho can break somebody down in a 1v1 situation, so that he can score a goal, so that he can give you something individually that allows then the team to free up space for Lionel Messi. Well, it hasn't happened. Coutinho, you watch him play today, and I'm guessing Valverde is standing on the sidelines and saying, okay, we're going to start him in a 4-3-3, and he's going to be one of the strikers playing out of the left-hand side. All right, let's see how that works. Well, it didn't work. And so what he did at halftime is he brought Dembele on for a little bit of pace, take Arturo Vidal out, and then you bring in Coutinho into the midfield. Maybe he's going to get more touches there. Yes, he got more touches there, but it also became more turnovers for Barcelona. So you're depending on him to do something that right now he's just not good enough to do. And then you depend on Dembele. Dembele is inconsistent. He'll give you flashes of something, and then he'll disappear for long stretches of time. And then you depend on Luis Suarez, who until today, and even today, he gets a late goal, and you think, well, maybe that's going to be the start of good things to happen for Luis Suarez. But up until that point, he had been some kind of terror.
And they will need Messi to produce even more. Importantly, in the stretch ahead, they've got 2 Clásicos, Real Madrid and the Copa del Rey. Real Madrid again, both of them away in La Liga next weekend. Then a winnable game in La Liga, and then, of course, the return against Lyon in the Champions League.
I don't think it's too harsh to say that Barcelona right now are at a stage where if Lionel Messi tore his thigh tomorrow and was out for the rest of the year, you wonder whether they would actually win the Liga. They certainly wouldn't win the Champions League. I mean, that's how important he he has become now, you know. And again, I mentioned earlier about other Barcelona sides, as great as he always has been, and he's just as good today as he was back then. But unfortunately, the supporting cast isn't helping him. They're not taking the pressure off him. Fortunately, he can handle all the pressure you want to throw at him. Exactly.
I got to tell you,